Listen up, because tonight I've got 3 massive stories from Paradise you need to hear. First, Rodgers gives us brilliant news on Alistair Johnston's injury. Then he's sending a clear message to the support ahead of a huge Europa League night. And finally, the biggest shock of all, Andy Halliday drops a bombshell about Hatate that you won't believe. Stay with me right till the end. Massive thanks to you for helping us smash 1,000 subscribers, but that's just the start. With more than 2,000 views on every story, if you hit subscribe right now, we'll fly past 1,500 subscribers, all backing the Celtic. Let's prove once again that our support is miles beyond anything the Rangers could ever muster. We have 6 news a day to keep you updated with the mighty Celtic. Hit that subscribe button and be part of it. Let me tell you something that'll warm your heart more than a good dram on a cold Glasgow night. Rodgers has come out with some brilliant news about big Alistair Johnston, and honestly, it's just what you and me needed to hear with all the noise flying around lately. The Canadian Warrior has been out with that hamstring niggle, missing more games than we'd have liked, but Rodgers has confirmed he's almost back in the mix. He's expected to rejoin training around the Dundee game after the international break. That means, my friend, we're not far away from seeing Ali bombing up that right flank again. Now, I'll be honest with you, he probably won't be thrown straight back into the starting lineup after weeks out. Brendan's no daft, and he'll want to ease him in carefully. But just knowing Johnston is about to return is a massive boost for this Celtic side. You know the kind of player he is: strong, relentless, never afraid of a tackle, and one of those lads you feel safe with in the back line. It's no wonder the Celtic crowd has taken to him. In his absence, we've seen Anthony Ralston trying to stake his claim again, and young Colby Donovan stepping up too. And let me say, Donovan deserves some credit. 19 years old, and he's gone toe-to-toe with players from Red Star Belgrade and Partick Thistle, showing he's not here to make up the numbers. But as good as that experience has been for him, having Johnston back is like welcoming a storm anchor in the middle of a Glasgow downpour. He steadies everything, and here's the thing. You and I both know that the timing couldn't be better. We've got Braga breathing down our necks in Europe and Motherwell waiting at the weekend. Momentum is everything at this stage of the season, and Rodgers will sleep a little easier knowing Johnston's nearly ready to pull on the hoops again. Imagine the lift that'll give not only the squad but every supporter in Paradise. Now let me throw a wee question your way. Be honest, when Johnston comes back, would you rather see him go straight in at right back, or should Rodgers stick with Donovan and Ralston a wee bit longer to keep Ali fresh? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's gy it loudly till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. Rodgers has come out swinging again, and this time he's talking straight from the heart. Ahead of that massive Europa League clash with Braga, he's urging every Celtic fan to put the noise aside and back the team. Now, I get it. You get it. Frustrations have been boiling over. The board hasn't exactly covered itself in glory. The Champions League exit to Kairat still stings like a sharp east wind off the Clyde, and the transfer window left a lot of folk scratching their heads. That's why you've got groups planning this 30-minute silent protest at Parkhead. But Rodgers isn't hiding. He's telling you that the lifeblood of this club is the support, and without that fire in the stands, the lads on the park lose half their edge. Think about it. Thursday night, under the lights at Paradise, that's supposed to be a fortress, a place where opposition players freeze up quicker than folk queuing for chips on Sucky Hall Street in December. Instead, we're talking about silence. Imagine giving Braga that comfort. They're no mugs either. Aye, maybe they're wobbling a wee bit in Portugal, but they've already turned over Feyenoord in Europe, and they'll come here fancying their chances if the atmosphere is flat. Rodgers was clear about it. His job is the pitch, but your job is the stands. He wants a fast start, pressing high, making Braga feel the heat, That only works if the crowd are right on top of them from the first whistle. He said it himself last season. We made Europe a nightmare for visitors, and that's got to be the script again. And let's be honest, mate, the protests, the banners, the grumbles about the suits upstairs, that'll all carry on, and maybe rightly so. But the team itself, that's Celtic. That's Kalmack leading from the middle. That's young Donovan stepping up. That's Johnston and on the way back. That's you roaring them forward. The boardroom politics can wait, but Braga on Thursday can't. Here's the real question, though, and I'll put it to you straight. If you were sitting in paradise this Thursday, would you keep quiet for 30 minutes to make a point, or would you scream your lungs out to make sure Celtic gets that win? Hit like, hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's G it loldy till I hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. Rayo Hatate, eh? Now, there's a name that gets every Celtic fan leaning forward because you know what he's capable of when he's flying. But right now, even Andy Halliday, and let's face it, he's no Celtic man, is shocked by what he's seeing. Halliday's always been one to rate Hatate highly, and even he's scratching his head wondering where the spark's gone. That tells you plenty. Paul Slane hit the nail on the head as well. He's worried, properly worried. He said it straight. Hatate's levels have dropped off a cliff since the start of the season. And when you've got lads like Slane, who know exactly what Paradise expects, pointing that out, you've got to admit there's something in it. Now, don't get me wrong, Hatate's no fraud. He's shown us moments of sheer brilliance, goals from distance, quick feet, that ability to turn a game with one pass. But lately, it feels like he's been going through the motions. Against Hibs, for example, did you ever once feel like he was about to rip it open? Nah. And when you're wearing the hoops, especially in games like that, you've got to step up. Halliday compared him to Engels, saying folk are talking about the new lad struggling, but Hatate is not exactly setting the heather alight either, and that's a fair point. You look across the midfield, with Dazen running ragged out wide and Kalmack trying to hold things together, and Hatate's absence of influence stands out even more. Slane said something else that hit home right now. When he watches Celtic, only Tunekti and Iheanacho look like they're going to make something happen. That's a damning verdict on the rest, especially Hatate, who's meant to be the heartbeat in those forward runs. If he's off it, the whole team feels a yard slower, less dangerous. And here's the thing, mate. Celtic can't afford passengers, not in the league and definitely not in Europe. Hatate's got the talent to dominate, but is he struggling with confidence, fitness, or maybe his head's not in the right place? Because if it's the latter, Rodgers has a big decision to make. So here's what I want to throw your way. Has Hatate already peaked in the hoops? Or do you reckon he's just in a rough patch and will come back stronger? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's jay it loudly till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts.